bless you. God bless you. This is Prophet T. Daniel, the son of the Apostle Grant and Prophetess Chantel. Today, I just want to share something small with you. You understand what I'm talking about? I want to share about who you are and what makes you stay alive. You understand? Now, without wasting much of time, let's go into the book of Genesis chapter 1, verse 12. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yielded seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruits, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Hallelujah. Now, the Bible talks about when God wanted trees, when God wanted grass, when God wanted to see this plant coming out, He never spoke to the trees, but He spoke to the earth. He said, earth, bring forth every tree, every seed according to its kind. And the Bible said it was so. You understand? And if you go again into the book, I'm going somewhere, please stay with me. The Bible says in verse 20, then God said, let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures. And when God wanted fish and creatures of the living waters, He never spoke to the creatures, He spoke to water. You understand? For the creatures to be there. And then if you go again to verse 24, then God said, let the earth bring forth the living creatures according to its kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth, each according to its kind. Even God, when He wanted cattle, every creeping thing, He never spoke to the cattle. He never spoke to a cow and said, cow be there. He spoke to the earth. When He spoke to the earth produced the cattle, He produced the cows, He produced lions, every kind of animal you think of. What am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say here, if you check nicely, if you uproot a tree from the earth, the tree dies. Why? Because the earth is the source of a tree or every plant. Now, if you take the cows, every creeping thing, away from the earth, they die. You understand? Why? Because the earth is the source of this creeping thing. If you take fish out of water, which is the source of the fish die. You understand? But now, there's a fish which I want to tell you something. Now I'm coming to you. Let's go together in verse 26. I wanted to see when it came to me and you, what happened. Then the Bible says, verse 26, let us make men in listen, let us who was God talking to? The Bible says in the book of John, verse 1, in the beginning was the Word. You understand? Was the Word, and the Word was with God. There was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. You understand? And then the Bible says, verse 2, He was in the beginning with God. Wait, which beginning? Genesis. The Word was with God in the beginning. Verse 3, all things were made through Him, and without Him nothing was made that was made. So which means nothing was made without the Word, which was with God and which was God. I'm going somewhere. Verse 4, in Him was life, and the life was the light of men. I want to jump. Let's go to verse 14. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld His glory, the glory as of the only begotten Son, the begotten of the Father, full of His grace. Now you see, the Word became flesh. The Word was the Word which was spoken by God. When He said, let there be, that was the Word. The Word was Jesus Christ. You understand? So now, when He said, let us make men in our own image, in our own likeness, Jesus and the Holy Spirit and God Himself, they became our source. They became our source. Why? Because when He made us, He spoke to Himself for us to exist. So for me and you to be alive, it is because of Him. So now if you are disconnected from God Himself, what happens? You die, because God is our source of life. The same way which happens when you take out a fish from water and you put it on the earth, it dies. So now what happens when you disconnect yourself from God, who is the source? You're not getting me. You die. Why? Because you've disconnected yourself from the source. He never spoke to the earth, He never spoke to the waters, but He spoke to Himself for me and you to be there. It is only the Word of God that can heal us and deliver us from our destruction. Mama, wherever you are, Daddy, wherever you are, I encourage you, please Be connected to God. If you are connected to God, you collect from God. What do you collect? You collect life in abundance. Anyone who is connected to God, he collects. Stay connected to God and you shall connect. Why? Because God is your source of life. Stay blessed. Signing out, Prophet T. Daniel. God bless you.